We are along the Plum Run, which is a tributary to the main stem of the Brandywine. The Brandywine itself provides the drinking water for the city of Wilmington as well as Westchester, Downingtown, and Coatesville. The challenges today are the stormwater runoff problems that we get from all the development that has occurred in the last 65 years. When we talk about stormwater, what we refer to is the water that runs off impervious surfaces, rooftops, driveways, roads, parking areas, any place that will not let the water go back into the ground as it would have done when it was undeveloped land. Anytime it rains, we get runoff, and when it rains a lot, we get lots of runoff, and that ultimately brings problems into the stream, like the stream bank erosion that causes sedimentation. So stormwater runoff is the primary impairment that we find in the Brandywine streams today.
The Red Streams Blue program started as conversations that we had with other folks at BVA about what our watershed association needed to be doing. And part of the mission for the Brandywine Valley Association is improving the watershed, improving the water quality.
When we talk that a stream is blue, it has that clean bill of health. It is the water quality that's needed for what we want to use it for, whether it's just fishing or swimming or actually surface water outtakes. And when a stream is red, we're saying that the stream does not meet water quality standards. It's not as clean as it should be. And the process for our red streams blue is to take that red or impaired stream, look at the water quality throughout that watershed at every stream segment.
And the stream starts somewhere under here, so it's piped, and this is the first time that it daylights.
We walk the stream to see where the impairments are coming in. Where do we see stormwater inputs? Where do we see heavy bank erosion and disconnections between the stream and the floodplain? We list all those and then come up with a list of priority projects, and that becomes our restoration plan. And then the big task is to put those projects on the ground.
Throughout most of Chester County and a lot of areas of Pennsylvania, the historic elevation where the stream would flood up onto has been constricted. And what happens is the stormwaters are channelized and give a lot more aggressive flows when they can't flood up into their natural banks.
As these banks have eroded, now your stream becomes very powerful, like the chute at the water park. All that water comes very powerfully downstream and erodes out the stream banks. A stream needs to be able to flood. A healthy stream will be able to flood quite easily. And that takes that energy of that water and slows it down. So it's going to go through the trees, it's going to go through the grass, it's going to widen out, it's going to slow down. And downstream where we can't do anything, that energy won't have built up.
Maybe that area you just want to put some mulch in there. I know you know. What we're doing is installing a floodplain restoration project. And essentially we're giving a place to help absorb floodwaters and also build some wetland areas that should absorb some of the nutrients and pollutants in the stream.
What we did is we took out almost 1,000 cubic yards of soil from this site and trucked it away, so that instead of being 3 feet above the water level, we've brought the banks down close to the stream level, and in even a tiny rain, say a ½ inch or less, this water will come up and gently flood out, releasing a lot of that energy, and then no longer eroding the stream banks severely. One of the things you want to do is have trees planted along the stream. Trees are probably the best stormwater management system that you can find. The roots themselves help stabilize the bank. The trees also can act as a filter, so if there are any contaminants or pollutants, those get absorbed into the trees in the roots in the ground rather than going directly to the stream.
One of the things that's really good with this project is not only are we reconnecting to the floodplain, but we're creating wetland. Wetland is incredibly important. It's one of the richest environments you can have. And that's when the water soaks down into the ground. It's the groundwater that's feeding the base flow of the stream. And when it soaks in, then it's here to recharge the streams. Because one of the things people see often is that, there's not as much water in the stream as there used to be. And this is what's happening. It's falling on impervious surface and it's not soaking in. It's a huge cycle and we don't always think that it's connected.
This length of this project is 500 feet, and while it alone isn't going to make a huge difference in the entire watershed, when you start coupling this with other projects that we have planned, it will make a tremendous difference throughout the watershed.
There are two solutions to the stormwater problem. One is to create more floodplain or restore the floodplain, and in combination with that, we need to reduce the volume of water going to the stream.
It's not a wastewater treatment plant that's discharging poorly. It's not a farmer who's not doing the right thing on his land. It's everybody's backyard. So when water lands on somebody's roof and it goes down the downspout out onto the driveway and into a stormwater system, it gets into the stream eventually. Even their landscaping, it's compacted and it looks like grass that water would run through. In fact, it doesn't run through that well, it runs off. So everybody's contributing to the problem, and everybody could be part of the solution.
What people individually can do to control stormwater on their property is so key to any watershed's health. Simple things like building a rain garden in their backyard, putting a rain barrel. Wherever we can keep stormwater out of our streams, it's very good for the watershed.
I was interested in what we could do to preserve the watershed. So I wrote a letter to the township supervisors, because each municipality by state law is responsible ultimately for its stormwater. If your county has a conservation district, they're typically the people who have the most knowledge of how to do improvements within the watershed.
It's going to go like this.
If you look at the local level, the county level, and the state level, you're going to have willing partners, people who their jobs are to protect the environment. And sometimes all it takes is that little spark of a citizen saying, hey, I've got this problem, can you help me?
We need the individual landowners to buy into the project. We need the whole township. We need a wide variety of stakeholders to be involved with our projects, or they will not be successful.
That is lovely. There are innovative ways in which we can just not meet the standard, but rise above the standard and implement that best management practice that's really going to try and solve the problem.
Everybody wants clean water, and it's a resource they want to protect. And as soon as they're given a program to become involved with, they jump in with all hands to help, because they do understand the importance of clean water.